Hello bookish friends, welcome and welcome back to my channel. My name is Drew and this is Drew's Ambitious Reading, and for today's video I am here to do my monthly wrap up. It is time to do my September wrap up, and I'm so sorry this is coming out super late. I thought I've already pre-filmed this video when I was going through my iPad, which is what I use to film my videos, but I only filmed my September book haul, so you'll be seeing my September book haul and my September wrap up hopefully this week. Anyways, I wanted to start off the wrap up. Before starting it, I want to talk about my 3 books I'm currently reading. You'll most likely see all 3 of these books in my October wrap up, hopefully. As you can see, we got some chunky reads for the month of October. So the first one, I am buddy reading this with my friend Taylor. Me and Taylor finally did our collab video, so that collab video will be up above or down below. Sorry for any sniffles, sneezes, coughing. I have kind of a head cold right now, but we'll see how it goes throughout the video. Anyways, the first book that I'm currently reading, I am buddy reading with my friend Taylor, and I am absolutely loving my reread of it, and that is Fire by Kirsten Cashmore. This is the second installment of the Graceling series by Kirsten Cashmore. I've mentioned this before, but I read the first 3 books originally as a trilogy by themselves. By myself, I should say. And then the author decided to add on 2 more books. I think there might be a book 6. I don't know yet. As of right now, there's only 5 books out, and we're going to try and make our way through this. We're hoping to wrap it up in early 2024, so that will be pretty exciting. Hopefully in November, we'll read Bitter Blue, and then, in December, we'll read Winter Keep, and then January, we'll read Sea Sparrow, which is all the rest of the books. Very excited to see what the book 4 and 5 has in store for me, because those are brand new reads for me and Taylor. But that's kind of one of the new reason why we wanted to pick up the series, is because they had new books and new covers, and the new covers are gorgeous. But yeah, I'm that far into it, hoping to finish this sometime soon, but I haven't picked this one up in a few days. Just like this book, I have not picked up in a few days either. I've been trying to focus on one of my most anticipated reads, which I'll talk about next. But I haven't picked back up Star Wars: The Return of the Jedi from a Certain Point of View. 40 short stories of celebrating 40 years of Return of the Jedi. I am on page 83 right now, so I'm not that far in. Literally, that's how far I'm in. We follow, like it says, 40 different point of views from the movie, and I'm enjoying it so far. I do have the audiobook. I have the audiobook checked out right now, and hopefully I'll finish this in the month of October, and if I don't, I'll be really sad, because I think this is due like November 2nd, so I have quite a while to get to it, but I want to read my library books more than my physical books, if that makes sense. And lastly, I am currently reading one of my highly anticipated reads, and that is none other than The Fragile Threads of Power by V.E. Schwab. I cannot believe I am reading a new V.E. Schwab book. This is the first book in the new spin-off series by this author. This is a spin-off series to Our Darker Shade of Magic, which I absolutely love. It's how I fell in love with Victoria's writing, I think. And I am that far into it. You can see my book of the month bookmark right there. I'm on chapter 12, part 3, and I'm on page 269. So I'm definitely making some progress in here. I'm doing a weekly vlog of this, so once that vlog is done editing and all that, I'll leave it up above or down below. Most likely you'll see it a few weeks later than this video. But I'm really enjoying it. I've talked a lot about my thoughts and feelings so far on the book in my vlog. So again, once that video is out, I'll leave it down below. But yeah, I am doing this book and a couple other books of reading my most anticipated reads, and see if there are a 5-star read or not, because I feel like this is definitely going to be a 5-star read for me. So that is everything I am currently reading right now. I can never remember what notebook it is, but I am going to share my reading stats now. I'm going to use both notebooks because I don't remember which one is more up to date with it. In the month of August, wow, not August. In the month of September, I have read 10 things, which is amazing. My new to me author is either a tie between Ziran J. Zhao or Holly Jackson, both debut authors that I read this year and I really enjoyed and I want to read more from. My favorite characters or my favorite read of the month is a tie between two thrillers I read. It's a tie between Suddenly a Murderer by Lauren Manuzzo or The Only One Left by Riley Sager. Both of these were 5-star reads for me. My smallest book of the month was, let me see real quick, sorry. My smallest book of the month was Drift by Adrienne Young. This is a novella, part of the Fable series. I'll put a cover here on the screen. That only had 77 pages. And then my biggest book of the month was, no surprise because it was 500 pages. It was A Dark and Hollow Star by Ashley Shuttleworth. We'll talk more about this here in a few minutes. And my total page count I read was 2,931 pages. And I already went through my smallest and biggest and favorites. I had 0 1 stars, 1 2 stars, 2 3 stars, 3 4 stars, 4 5-star reads. 2 of these were ARCs, 5 of these were audiobooks. 1 of these was a book of the month pick, so yay for reading our book of the month picks. 1 of these was a buddy read, 0 book club picks, 0 completed series. 3 of these were graphic novels. 4 of these were library books, so I will put pictures in for when I talk about them. 5 of these I physically read. 6 of these, this is not 6, but just pretend. 6 of these are new releases that came out in 2023. 0 owl crates, and 1 of these was on my TBR. I'm kind of disappointed that 1 of them was only on my TBR, but like I managed to almost complete all of my Season-a-thon Academy TBR. I'll leave that video up above or down below. And now let's just jump into the books that I have read. So the first book I read, I don't own it because it was one of my library books that I borrowed. Wow. And that was My Dear Henry by Kalynn Bayron. This is Kalynn Bayron's newest novel as of this moment in time. This is a YA historical fiction set in 1886, I believe. We're following 2 characters, Henry and, oh gosh, who's the other one? Can't remember. If editing me remembers, we'll put the name on the screen here. But we follow this male romance couple in the 1800s, and it was definitely Kalynn's darkest novel she has out right now. I've enjoyed it for the male romance and the enemies to lovers that we got in here, and also the close quarters trope we had in here. There's definitely some trigger warnings for this book, so definitely check out the trigger warnings before reading this. I read it because it was one of my most anticipated reads for the year, and I give it a 3.5 out of 5 stars. Wasn't my favorite? No. Was it my least favorite? No. It was just average rating, you know? Then the next book that I read was my book of the month pick from July, and that was The Only One Left by Riley Sager. This one, as you know, is one of my favorite reads of the month as well. I give this 5 out of 5 stars. The reason why I gave it 5 stars is because I physically read it all the way through. Well, I started to listen to the audiobook, but then my audiobook was due like the day I started to read this book. And it did take me all month of September to read it, but I think it's just because I was taking my time with this book, and I was trying hard not to get spoiled for the twists that we had in here, which I did not, luckily. I won't say what the twist is in case those who want to read this to enjoy it for what it is. This is Riley Sager's newest release. This one came out in June or July. I want to say June, but it was a July book of the month pick because that makes more sense. This is definitely his one of his few books that will get a 5-star from me, because you know I have a love and hate relationship with Riley Sager. Some books I love, some books I haven't loved, and some books I haven't read yet. So this follows our main character named... Oh, I am terrible with names. This is why I don't do wrap-ups anymore. We follow our main character named Kit, and she is a nurse before moving into this haunted mansion that she has heard about, and it follows this character, Lenora, who is responsible for the murders that happened in the past, and now she's like getting her consciousness back, I guess, and trying to tell Kit what happened in the past and why the killings are still happening in the present day. The dual timeline did kind of confuse me for a little bit, but like once I've like understood everything and figure out everything, I was like hooked. I could not put this book down. I think I have a couple of reading vlogs of me reading this book, and if I do, that would be linked down below. But yeah, I really enjoyed this. This was fast-paced. I did not see any of the twists or turns coming. And I'm just really happy that I love this book, because like I said, some books I've read by Riley Sager that I haven't loved or haven't even touched in a while. And this one I did really enjoy, because their last one I DNF'd, The House Across the Lake. I DNF'd their last book, and I also gave their second to last book, Survive the Night, a 3 stars. So I'm really curious to see why this one worked for me. If you want to hear more of my thoughts and feelings, you can definitely check out my weekly vlogs. I have a bunch of them for this book, because it took me almost like the whole month of September to read it. But once I finally finished the book, I was so shocked. I was like, oh my goodness, this is how Riley Sager hooks me with his books. The twists and turns are just everything. I literally had chills in like one of my weekly vlogs, because of how creepy it is. It's definitely perfect for the month of October, or even just the fall time in general. So definitely check that out. And yeah, I really enjoyed it for what it was, and I cannot wait to see what Meet Me at Midnight, I think is what the title is called. There's no cover for it yet, but future me will be putting a title or cover reveal here for Riley Sager's newest book. I think it's Meet Me at Midnight. I think. Who knows? Anyways, future me figured this out. Thank you so much. But yeah, very excited for this. Hopefully I will love his newest book that comes out next year, which is crazy that he's already ahead of time and already like dropping a new book. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. Enough of me rambling, because I feel like I'm just rambling now. Hashtag sick brain. The next book I read this for Season-a-thon Academy, so I was really happy to get this off my TBR. I think I read this like the first day of September, so it's like not really fresh in my mind anymore. I do remember this graphic novel being the saddest of the series, and that is Star Wars The High Republic, The Edge of Balance, Persistent, story by Daniel Jose Older, and script and art by Tomi Ogata. I'm not too sure how to say that author's last name. I'm so sorry. This is a short, easy graphic novel to literally read in less than an hour. I read this with my friend Lori. Lori was doing reading sprints over on her TikTok account. I'll leave her Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok down below. She does reading sprints every once in a while, and every time I join, I usually finish a book on her live show, which is quite funny of how that works. But yeah, I remember this being the saddest of the graphic novels, and the action in here and the like scenes that was happening in here. This is what the artwork looked like. This was a very good graphic novel. I definitely recommend it for how quick and easy it is if you want to get some, if you want a book to get you out of like a reading slump, or even just slumpy in general, I guess. Definitely pick up these graphic novels, because they're all just in black and white like I showed you. And there was a couple times where I almost wanted to cry, but I didn't. But I know I'm gonna cry in the later installments of the High Republic, because I am definitely behind on the High Republic era. I'm in like the middle of phase 2 right now, so no spoilers please. But yeah, if you know what this one is about, the Nihils are back. We are 150 years before Starlight Beacon happened. If you know what happened there, you know. And we follow Master Riva and droid ZZ, who that droid made me laugh like the whole entire book. So I need more droids as a main character because they have been making me laugh a whole lot lately. So we love that. I give this one a 4 out of 5 stars, and I cannot wait to continue my reading journey. And sorry for my alarm. I forgot I was having my alarm set to let me know I need to head to karate soon. Oops. Anyways, the next book that I read was one of my favorite books of the month and also of the year, and that's Suddenly a Murderer by Lauren Manuzzo. I got this book sent to me to read and review for you guys from Penguin Teen, and thank you so much, Penguin Teen, for sending this book my way. I cannot wait. Well, I'm reviewing it now, but I cannot wait to read more from Lauren Manuzzo, who this was her debut novel, and I really enjoyed it. I give it a solid 5 out of 5 stars. It was one of my favorite reads of the month and of the year. It's definitely going to be on my favorite list, so look forward to that at the end of 2023. I'm actually curious to see if you guys can like take a guess of what my top reads of the years are if you watch all my wrap-ups. Anyways, the tagline on the back of this book says, "Violence has steeped into the dark hallways of Ashwood Manor, and now one of us is dead." Like, what? I said this on my TikTok review, which I'll leave my TikTok down below. I really enjoyed this book. I thought it was I would compare it as Get Out, the movie Get Out, and One of Us is Lying trilogy. Those two movies and books combined with this, and this is like the baby of those two, you know. It was really creepy as well. There was a shocking moment in here that I cried at because it dealt with cancer, and there's a lot of people in my family who had cancer or who passed away from cancer, so that was a shocking moment to read about. There's definitely trigger warnings in here as well. I think they're in the book. No, they're not in the book. My bad. I thought they were in the book. But anyways, I've really enjoyed this. We had a fun cast of characters. We follow 2 main girls named Kathleen, and we also follow, is it Kathleen? Izzy. I should know that. That's my sister's name. We follow Kathleen and Izzy, who are 2 best friends in their senior year of high school. And Kathleen is trying to surprise Izzy with a graduation party. And so they go to Ashwood Manor, which is part of one of Izzy's and Catherine's favorite 1920s film. And so they go to this manor and they dress up as if they were in the movie / if they were in the 1920 eras. And it was really gripping. It was hard-hitting. It was twists and turns left and right. I'm just gonna read you the summary here because the summary like perfectly sums up the book. Obviously, that's what it's for. It says, someone had brought a knife to the party. To celebrate the end of high school, Izzy Morales joined her ride-or-die Cassidy and 5 friends on the 1920s theme getaway at a glamorous Ashwood Manor. There, Izzy and her friends party in vintage dresses and expensive diamonds until Cassidy's boyfriend turns up dead. Like, are you intrigued? Because I was. And I'm really happy that Penguin Teen sent this my way. 5 out of 5 stars, and once again, thank you, Penguin Teen. The next book I've read for Season 1 Academy as well, and that is A Dark and Hollow Star by Ashley Shuttleworth. This is a 3.5 out of 5 star read for me. I almost gave it 4 stars, but I remember how I felt like very early on in the beginning. I tried physically reading this with my friend Lori, because Lori and I was buddy reading this. I think she's either currently reading book 2 or she bought book 2. I can't remember. Lori, let me know if you started book 2 or not, because I definitely need to buy book 2 soon. I'm buying the book 2 on my next paycheck. Very excited for it. Anyways, I really enjoyed this book. I can see why my friend Clint over at Reads Reader loved this. Thank you, Clinton, for the recommendation. I just sadly didn't love it as much as I thought I would. I did enjoy like the last half of it, but like the first 100 pages or so was super slow for me, and the chapters was really long. Like, I felt like it just dragged on for a little bit, but once we got into like the other world, I forgot what the universe was called, but like the magical world, it was really like action packedness, and there's a cast of career characters in here as well, which we loved. I think I used this book for the prompt of read a book with a battle or a war in here, and there's definitely some awesome battle scenes in here that I cannot wait for more of, and I'm curious to see who we're gonna follow in book 2, because I think in book 2 we follow more of the guys characters in here, and if you know what I mean, you know what I mean. It's hard to say stuff without spoiling them, and I just overall, it was very slow for me, but yet the last half of the book I've really enjoyed. Like, it was a little bit too political for my taste, but I kind of looked past that and I just enjoyed it for what it was. It was set in Nevada, which was pretty cool, because I don't think I've read a book, especially in YA fantasy, that is set in Nevada. And when they went to the strip, I was like, when the characters went on the strip, I was like, oh my goodness, I know where this is, I know where that is. And like all the stuff the author mentioned in Las Vegas, I was like, oh, I know this, I know that. So that's pretty cool that Ashley did that. I actually think Ashley is from Canada as well, so that's why this book is also set in Toronto. So if you want a book set outside of your own state, definitely check out this book. And again, I'm curious to see what's going to happen throughout the series. This is a 4-book series. Book 3 comes out next month, I think, as I'm filming this video. So pretty excited to continue on with this, and hopefully Lori and I will love the rest of the books, because I think Lori also gave this like a 3 or 4 stars. I could be wrong though, but Lori, remind me again what your rating was down below. The next book I read, I'm going to talk about it very quickly because it's literally like 70 pages long, and that was Drift by Adrienne Young. This is the newest book in the Fable series by Adrienne Young. Fable, Namesake, The Last Legacy, and Saints is all the books in it. I still need to read Saints and The Last Legacy. I really enjoyed the short novella. It was a very easy 3-star read for me. I only picked it up because it was like an hour-long audiobook, and we follow Will and Koya, and if you know who the characters are, you know you will love this book. I love how it was set during one of the fighting scenes that was on the pirate ship on overseas, obviously. I don't know, my sick brain is not helping me right now. But overall, it's a 3-star read. I definitely am going to continue on with the Fable universe, because like I said, I haven't read Saints or The Last Legacy yet, so look forward to hopefully me reading those sometime soon. Then I read Saga Volume 10 by Brian K. Vaughan. This was a graphic novel. This is a very popular graphic novel series. I give this 2 out of 5 stars. It was just a little bit too graphic for me. It was also, there was a sibling romance in here that I was not expecting. And then when somebody clarified it to me that it wasn't a sibling romance, I still was like, I still don't like it. But yeah, I wasn't a fan of this volume, and hopefully I'll like the next one. I don't know. The next one is supposed to come out in the month of October, so we'll see. Then my 8th book of the month that I read, this was also read first season at the Dawn Academy, and that was A Good Girl's Guide to Murder by Holly Jackson. I really enjoyed this one. This was a 5-star read for me as well, and I just enjoyed my reads lately. Like, literally almost all my reads have been like 4 or 5 stars, which is always great, with the exception of Saga, because Saga was a 2-star read, which is my lowest rating of all time, I think. Anyways, A Good Girl Guide to Murder. This is yet another popular book talk book on my last 2 books, actually, are like popular book talk books that I finally read this month. I read this one because it was been on my like top 22 list to read in 2022, and it's also been like top 22 backlist title list, I think, or something like that. Whatever list it is, if I have a video of it, I'll leave it down below. But I finally read it and I really enjoyed it. I have time lapse of me reading this in one of my weekly vlogs that will be published before this video, so I'll definitely leave that down below. We follow our main character named Pippa, who she's a senior in high school, and she is trying to discover how one of her classmates or schoolmates have died through this horrible accident, and she's doing this like time capsule assignment in her, I think English class it was, or no, it wasn't English. It was one of her senior classes, and she's just trying to figure out who done it, what happened, why they did it, and all that. It kind of felt like NCIS-ish a little bit, and I love all the sound effects, and also how we had the full cast narrated, and it was like sound effects and like it was a podcast element in the audiobook. Sorry, sick brain. Anyways, you guys know more about this than I do. I'm definitely very excited to continue on with this series as well. This is actually a completed trilogy, and I definitely want to get my hands on book 2 soon. I do have the audiobook for book 2 on hold at my Libby account right now, but I'm like number 4 out of 6 people or something like that, so hopefully I'll get to book 2 sometime soon. But yeah, I definitely was very shocked by the ending, and I was shocked by the person who done it. I talk more about this in my weekly vlog for September, and I'll link that up above or down below as well. Second and final book I read this month was another book talk book, and that was Iron Widow by Xiran Jay Zhao. This is the first book in a new series. This was supposed to be a standalone book, but since of how well it's been receiving lately, especially from us people on Book Talk and also the book community, I really enjoyed this. This was such a fun, fast pace. It gave me a huge Mulan like feeling, I think is the word I'm looking for. Sorry, sick brain. I really enjoyed this. Our main character, Shin, she was such a snarky little character. She's not really little, she's like really badass and all that. She has the power to like turn into one of these animals, like the nine-tailed fox animal, I think, or something like that. It was very Chinese mythology heaviness in here, which I need to look more up, that way I'm not like mistaken about it. But I did enjoy this world, and there was one character, the father figure in this book, I did not love. But I love how we had like a little competition aspect in here that sort of reminded me of the Hunger Games. And I know this book has been getting compared to the Hunger Games. This book also on Book Talk has some mixed reviews. Like some people are giving it 1 star, some people are giving it 2. I give it 4.5 out of 5 stars, and it wasn't quite a 5-star read for me, just because there was a scene in here that I wasn't a fan of. I literally like skipped through my audiobook for that scene, and I was like, ugh, why did they put this in here? There was some romance in here that I was not expecting, but there's some romance that I thought it was very, very cute for what it was. And yeah, that's all I can really say without spoiling it. I'm definitely very excited for Heavenly Tyrant, which doesn't come out till April, but I definitely will be rereading this when April comes around next year, because I loved this one. It was really a fun read. And my last book that I read for the month of September, I almost said April, for the month of September, is going to be Fangirl Volume 3 by Rainbow Rowell. This is the 3rd installment of the series. I'm not sure how long this graphic novel series is going to be. I really enjoyed it for what it was. It was a really quick, easy read, and I give this 3 out of 5 stars. So yeah, not too much to say about this because it is the 3rd installment of the series, and I don't want to spoil you guys of what happens, but it was cute, it was enjoyable, and it's definitely one I want to add to my collection, but I don't think I'll ever like actually pick up a copy, you know? So yeah, there you have it. That is a very long-winded wrap-up video for you guys. Sorry, my sick brain has not been great lately. I think I'm actually going to go take a nap before going to karate. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a big thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button, turn your notification on so you don't miss any new videos coming from me soon. And if you made it all the way through the end, leave me a fire emoji down below. It doesn't matter what type of fire emoji it is, just any fire emoji you can think of down below. And yeah, that's it from me, guys. I hope you have a great day or night, and I'll talk to you guys down below. Bye!